when we watched something momentous. There's something about moments like this, their magic, their aura, the sheer abundance of awesomeness, or the complete opposite. It can go both ways. For every hand of God, we have the Battle of the Bridge. There's a hint of irony in these moments, and even though they are embarrassing, there's an element of amusement about them. So, without further ado, here are the top 10 most embarrassing and funny moments in sports. Number 10. Pierre-Yves Wincken tries to score in his own net. We don't expect lower-level players to play like pros, but we do expect them to be familiar with the basic rules of the game. Some players look good on the ball, but forget the rules and freeze in the moment. And this is why Pierre-Yves Wincken makes our list. In the 5th level of Belgian basketball, Pierre got his infamy. After the opponent had missed his free throw, Yves thought it was his moment to shine. The number 12 attempted one layup, and then another, and another, and then another. 4 times he attempted, and 4 times he failed to pocket the ball in his own basket. He must have had some kind of memory loss, or maybe a brain fade. When this was happening, his teammates were caught in a similar mindset. Surely he must be joking. But it was his persistence that led them to realize Yves was indeed trying to score in their own basket. Thankfully, he doesn't, but something must have been off that day for him. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for all of you that'll just take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And boom, 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 9. Battle of Nuremberg, Netherlands versus Portugal. For a game that finished 2-1, it shouldn't be worth remembering. But this game comes in the realm of farcical embarrassments, and fans only remember it for its comical value. Because in no serious game would you ever see a referee dishing out cautions like this, and sending out players every 5 minutes. Russian referee Valentin Ivanov could not have anticipated what he witnessed as he showed a total of 16 yellow cards and 4 red cards. The game is probably best remembered for the amount of time Ivanov spent bickering with the players, the huge number of stoppages, and very little time of activity. While it was pretty funny to watch Ivanov perplexed about this World Cup knockout encounter, the game left you more dumbfounded that it actually happened at the grand stage of the 2006 FIFA World Cup. Number 8. Comedy of Errors. Australian cricketers forget the basics. Akash Chopra is a well-respected cricket pundit and analysis. People tune in to watch what he has to say. He has a great gig with ESPN as well, and he regularly writes for them. But when he was playing, no one cared who he was. Chopra was just one of the many batsmen coming through India's production line. On the other hand, Virender Sehwag was a hard-hitting batsman who would put fear into the opposition's hearts. But, and there's always a but, Australia is a formidable side and they are not influenced by anyone. But not in 2004. The Aussies gave the worst account of fielding at professional level during the 2004 Melbourne Test. So what transpired next was truly a comedy of errors. Sehwag is outside his crease, but Brett Lee misses the stumps. Adam Gilchrist catches the ball and tries his luck. He's the wicketkeeper, he should hit the target, but he misses too. All the while, no one's paying attention to Chopra, who's been out from the first moment. Number 7. Caribbean Cup. Own goals fiasco. We return to soccer, as the beautiful game has plenty of hilarious moments to offer. From the absolute decisive piece of skills to the abject and horrendous displays of professionalism. And then there are those who just want to make the most of the rules that bind them. The 1994 Shell Caribbean Cup is one such example. The knockout tournament had one peculiar rule. Goals in extra time are counted twice. The match between Barbados and Grenada in the group stage would cause some dismay. With the match ending, Barbados needed a 2-goal margin to top the group and qualify for the next round. They were winning by 2-0 when Grenada struck as regulation time came to a close. Barbados did what they had to survive and comically scored past their own goalkeeper. Even the goalkeeper was stunned. But the ploy worked, and Barbados scored in the 4th minute of extra time. Grenada manager James Clarkson did not shy away from voicing his frustrations. The person who came up with these rules must be a candidate for a madhouse. The game should never be played with so many players running around the field, confused. Our players didn't even know which direction to attack, our goal or their goal. Number 6. Novak Djokovic, French Open 2014 first round. If you're a tennis fan, you must be well versed about who Novak Djokovic is, especially if you like celebrities making fun of each other. He's usually quite serious and keeps his fun side reserved for exhibition and charity matches. But not at the 2014 French Open. It was funny, cute, awkward, and embarrassing, but for all the right reasons. In a rain interruption, Djokovic decided to have some fun. He asked his court assistant to sit beside him and perform his duties in his stead. He kept the ball boy under his umbrella and gave him his share of energy drinks and protein bar. It was great to watch and remains a fan favorite moment. Number 5. Viswanathan Anand. 1 minute 43 second move and a 5-minute blitz. Chess is a game of patience. You have to analyze all the options before you make your move. And in Blitzkrieg chess, you get 5 minutes in total to decide on your moves. So what happens when a grandmaster takes 1 minute and 43 seconds for his opening move? Viswanathan Anand did that, and in the finals nonetheless, against Ilya Smirin. But apparently, that was all the time he needed to sort out the game and plan all his moves. Ilya was taken aback by the turn of events and wasn't able to build any momentum during the game. The match would finish with Anand's timer reading 3 minutes and 13 seconds. He only required 90 seconds after his opening gambit. A crazy ride from start to finish. Number 4. Newcastle United players start fighting each other. Why don't we up the ante and give you funny, embarrassing, and unexpected sporting moments? Because the next moment is exactly that. Usually, players on the same side in team sports fight for collective goals. But what about when players start fighting their own teammates during a game? In an English Premier League match between Newcastle United and Aston Villa, the United players started a fist fight in the middle of St. James Park. These weren't amateur players, but professionals, getting top-drawer salaries. Both Kieran Dyer and Lee Bowyer had plenty of experience under their belt, but were overcome with emotions and failed to stop and think. Newcastle were already a man down, and both Dyer and Boyer's sending off put them at only 8 players. Number 3. Azhar Ali starts talking with a partner during the play. Cricket is not mixed martial arts. The game has pretty standard rules, and youngsters are brought up adhering to them. How about a U19 player who'd been groomed to play for their country? He should be aware of the basics. You talk after the ball is bowled and not before. Drag the bat across the line and never stop running till you reach your crease. Dive if you have to. Experienced Pakistani batman Azhar Ali forgot this rule. After hitting a shot that ran towards the boundary, Azhar ran 2 runs. In his mind, the ball had crossed the boundary and he'd just scored 4 runs. But in reality, the ball had stopped. Australian speed merchant Michael Stark had retrieved the ball and hurled it to the wicketkeeper, Tim Payne. It would have been a normal throw, but it got the Aussies a wicket. Azhar was in the middle of the pitch, deep in conversation. Pakistan would go on to lose the day-night test match, and Azhar definitely shares some of the blame. Number 2. Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi get personal in a charity match. In the Hit for Haiti charity fundraiser at the BNP Paribas Open, Pete was just trying to be entertaining and imitated Agassi's famous pigeon walk. Pete was having a good time and then went on to goad Agassi. But the result was not what he'd hoped for. Agassi embarrassed Sampras in a worse way than he'd ever done on the court. With mics plugged in, he imitated Sampras, saying he didn't have any money on him. The 14-time Grand Slam winner is infamous for being a lousy tipper, and Andre highlighted that in front of a packed crowd. Definitely not what Sampras was going for. Before we reveal our number 1 moment, remember to subscribe to the channel and make sure you never miss out on any of the good stuff we have in our library. Number 1. WWE Vengeance, Big Show vs. Mark Henry. There are so many moments of this scripted professional wrestling phenomenon that it deserves its own separate list. But if we were to crown one moment which encapsulates how beautiful, dangerous, endearing, and embarrassing WWE can be, it was Big Show vs. Mark Henry on WWE Vengeance. The two big men, one a former World's Strongest Men, were both on top rope of a WWE ring. What transpired next is why we're here. Both men jumped, as choreographed, but it didn't end as they'd hoped. Both athletes were down and out, and the referee fell down as the ring collapsed. It's definitely entertaining to watch two 350-pound-plus men going to the top rope. But more than that, it was embarrassing for WWE as an organization. The ring should never have collapsed, and its foundations should have been able to hold the weight. In addition, WWE put the health of 3 employees at risk. The fact that the referee couldn't hold his balance and fell down shows that even choreographed, it was a dangerous act.